Hello, hello. It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Just to remind everybody, we are going live at 7 o'clock tonight on the channel. But we are at Brew York's brand new brewing facility. Waiting for people to tune into this. One like. So if we just have a look up here, this is they put all of the grain in here, and then it makes its way. Hello, how we doing? How we doing? Here we go. Now we got some people tuning in. Now they're coming. Here we are. Right. Okay. So we're at Brew York's brand new brewing facility. This is where the grain, it gets stored outside and then it gets pumped into the brewery. But this facility is going to open. Hello, Jordan. How we doing? This facility is going to open in December. It's work in progress. So, hello, Shane. How we doing? How we doing? So it's going to be a run and gun brewery tour video. Have a stout I'd like to send you. I don't think you tried. Okay, so there we go. Brew York. Let's get in there. So we'll be live at 7 o'clock tonight for the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. And then we'll also be live on Brew York's channel, 7 p.m. So it's just a few hours time. So here we are. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, it's work in progress. But what an amazing, amazing facility this is. Lots more room for the guys. I mean, look, there's lots here that needs to be put together. And Wayne Lee, how you doing? Mel, how you doing?
Welcome to Hanley Park, our work in progress brewery. Hopefully we'll be in here brewing in 4 weeks.
Start of February.
Progress has been good so far. The flooring was the biggest part, so the flooring took a long time. 6 weeks to go in.
Yeah.
Don't look too close.
Yeah, it's a bit dirty at the moment. It'll get cleaned down, ready to open. But it's the things you take for granted, things like this that are really important in a brewery that make the brewer's life a lot easier for cleaning down afterwards.
Yeah.
Like you know, when we first started our brewery, we didn't, the small site, we didn't know all of this, but we listened to people. We invested in the flooring and it made life a lot easier. So
Yeah.
we want to, again, do it right this time.
Everything drain away, keep it dry.
It's hard to see when you stood on it, but everything contours towards.
You can see. Yeah, you can definitely see that.
Yeah, so far we've had all the fermenters and the hot liquor tank and cold liquor tank on site. That's this side, HLT, CLT. These 4 are 100 hectolitre FVs, DPVs, dual purpose vessels. They'll all be repositioned shortly in the next walkway. And then we've got 650 hectolitre DPVs around the outside. We're bringing 3 more across from the other side, as well as we're going to have probably,
Another 200 hectolitres of conditioning tanks, which will, because we're going to have a centrifuge, will really be more packaging tanks.
Okay, brilliant, fantastic. People are asking how long we're going to be on for tonight. Well, as long as the evening's long, I suppose. Hello, Spitfire Callum, how you doing? So, if you've got any question for the guys, then at Brew York's brand new facility.
Tonight will be an interesting one. So normally we do around 2 hours for our live stream. You guys do about 4 hours.
Yeah.
So let's see where we end up.
Yeah, we do 30 minutes of beer, that makes it 2 hours, but then we're doing 6 beers tonight because it's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
So in theory that would make it about 3 hours for us.
Yep.
But then we don't normally have a guest to talk to. So add an hour for that.
Yeah.
Let's see what time we can kick ourselves out.
We just have lots of fun and, just see how it goes. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. But it's 7 o'clock. Just want to remind everybody, we got people coming in. We got people in from Norway watching this live stream. So where are you from? What are you drinking? Where are you from? Let us know.
We were looking forward to cracking beers and not too long now.
some nice cans.
I think we'll be having a few beers before 7 p.m.
We will.
Ease our way into it.
Yeah. I got a question. Are you guys going to be planning on bottling and canning here?
100% canning. Bottling is something we're looking at for our current site. So because of the plans for the current site to do more barrel-aged, spontaneous fermented beers, a bottling line might be quite...
As good as cans are, and for product quality they are better, they're not quite the sexy collectible that the wax top 750ml bottles.
Yeah.
So I think the more specialist stuff we'll be doing up there will be moving towards.
Yeah. You'd always be able to do a bit of hand if you wanted to do them big 750 bottles. You can do that by hand, can't you? Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Until we see if it works, then we'll find something a bit more sophisticated.
We got someone from Manila in the Philippines watching from Cardiff. Daniel Bale's watching from Barry. Daniel Bale, you got me all the beers. There's Mel there.
So he's the guy that buys in Brew your beers.
Yeah, he's the guy that buys us all the Brew Your beers. So Daniel, thank you very much for tuning in, and thanks very much for the beers. Their voices are very quiet. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get the whole fermenters in at the same time. So hello from Bournemouth.
You might need to be down there.
Right, here's a good question from Sonny James. What is your personal favourite beer that you brew at your brewery?
My favourite beer that we make is Imperial Tom Coco.
Yeah.
The in-betweener between Tom Coco and Empress. Imperial 7.5%. For me, it's the right strength to be able to enjoy a pint of it and not fall over. But it's got the body for the taste.
I mean, we're long enough in the tooth that we can call 7.5% sessionable.
Yeah.
So it's the most sessionable one of the range for us.
But a treat when Empress comes out, it's always a treat, which it's actually launching next week. So you guys will get to sample it tonight after the live stream in advance of it coming out to the public. But,
Brilliant.
For me, I would say Goose Willis, our core range, gooseberry flavoured sour. For a sour beer, it's just super sessionable.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Really easy drinking. You shouldn't be able to knock back pints of a sour. Maybe that's what I'm on Omnic result for my life.
So, yeah, it's got a bit of lactose in it, so the creaminess then balances out some of the tartness of the sour beer. So it makes it a little bit more accessible and definitely more sessionable.
Savario in Italy's got a really good question. Hi guys, I see lots of fermentation tanks. Are some dedicated to the sour or for lager beer? Any open fermentation tank like in the Czech Republic?
So not open fermentation here. That's something we might look to do in the city centre where we're going to do more specialist souring projects. Here, because we now have the ability to adapt our water to suit lager style beers, we will definitely be doing way more lager here than you've seen us doing it before. And in terms of the kettle sours, the type of sours that we currently produce, here we're having 2 kits installed. So this gap here, there will be 2 kits. There will be 2 kettles. One of those kettles will be dedicated to the production of sour beers. So the problem with doing sours on one kit is it's a 2-day process.
Yeah.
So that's 2 days when you can't be producing anything
Something else, yeah.
So here we'll have 1 kettle dedicated to sours and 1 kettle to do everything else.
Brilliant. I'm going
Show
to...
you something else.
Yeah,
Interesting.
okay.
In this room here, which is going to be blocked in this weekend, is where the grain gets milled. But it's also, once it's set divided walls in, this is the reverse osmosis kit. So when Lee mentioned RO kit, this piece of kit will treat the water. Basically, groundwater will come into this tank, it'll strip back all the minerals and we'll get out almost pure water. So distilled deionized water will come out of the kit, go into our cold liquor tank and hot liquor tank, ready to brew with. So we start from scratch and we add the minerals back to suit the style we're brewing.
Yeah.
So we've never been able to brew a Pilsner at our current site because we didn't have this piece of kit. So this will make a massive difference.
For the water. Ah, right, so like Burtonization, if you like. Yeah, oh, that's fantastic.
So it's pretty exciting for us to be able to do something like that. And yeah, I was impressed at how small the kit is.
It really is small, it's fantastic.
What we're about to do.
I seen these guys, these Fab Deck guys, when I was in Seba X in, where were we? March.
Oh, in Liverpool.
In Liverpool.
That was the week before everything closed down, wasn't it?
That was the last time I came out. This is the first time since.
We were at that event as well. So.
Oh, we missed each
Last
other.
time you were out, you were probably drinking the same places as the.
I was.
We were aware of 6 Fab there, but that's where we saw the kit on a skid that they were doing for drop project, and that kit then ended up at Buxton.
Yeah.
The drop project have then got another one, and we really like that kit, and we said it's great, we just need it to be about twice the size of that.
So just explaining, I just started out outside with a great big tank where you keep all the malt. So it comes in here, the silo, the silo. So it comes in here and it all gets kind of...
So upstairs it looks very fancy and there's lots of green metal piping. All that is just conveyors that move the grain to here. Oh, there's a step on there. And it drops in here and there's a magnet to make sure no metal makes it in, and then it has a pre-fill in here, and then in there's 2 rollers. And each year you set the crush setting depending on how the harvest has been that year. It goes through there, it gets crushed, and then it goes up, and what you can't see is it gets deposited into one of these 2 grist cases. So because we're going to have 2 kits, it means we have to have the ability to store 2 brews worth of mash. So each of these holds 2 tons. These things down here are called load cells. So it's quite sophisticated in that we will tell the system to pull 1.5 tons from the silo outside. As soon as that feeds back to the computer to say, we've got 1.5 tons, it shuts the system down.
This is absolutely amazing. I mean...
So we're relatively old school in that we don't want to automate the brewing process. We don't want push-button brewing. We've invested in the kit that has the capability to do that.
Yeah.
But we're going to do it manually. So we wanted the guys to learn the process, to understand it, to make sure that they know everything that's going on. But if there's certain parts of the process which can be automated that don't impact on the what we see as the heart of the brew process. So if we're going to basically empty the mash tun and get the grain out without the guys having to break their back, then we might automate that part of it.
We'll give them that.
Yeah. But we don't want it to be that soulless where you just on a control panel brew this recipe and it does it all.
Absolutely.
But we want to get rid of some elements of human error where maybe we put 2 tons into the brew instead of 1.8 tons, and then all of a sudden the recipe changes. So those type of things we want to try and eliminate.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I love the fact that the grain's coming in right at the start of the process. Your grain's coming in and you've got control of the whole process right at the beginning. Crushing it, and rather than you normally, well, I say normally, smaller breweries have to buy these bags of crushed grain, don't they? Whereas,
on the other side.
And just to say when it got crushed, if it's like the pale malt, which is the major constituent part of any brew, then it probably got crushed quite recently. Yeah. But things that you're going to use less frequently, like your crystals, your browns, your roasted, then they could have been crushed 6 months ago.
And the taste is going to be...
Yeah, because we'll buy them uncrushed and we will crush them on demand. So everything's going to be that little bit fresher.
Yeah.
I was in a brewery in Norway, and they had a little machine which they poured the malt in the top, and they had a drill on the side, and they would turn and they'd be milling it with a drill, and we were milling. We were brewing an imperial stout over there in Norway, and they were milling with a little something like this, but it'd be like connecting a drill to the side, and it would spin it all up and mill it up like that way.
Well, I mean, the rest of the world does this. The UK is just lazy. We're the only country in the world that predominantly uses pre-crushed grain. Yeah. But eventually everybody just kind of grow up and move on to doing it.
Fresh, ultra fresh ingredients. That's going to make such a difference to your beers. Ultimately, the freshness of the, you can crush it an hour before you use it, that type of thing.
And when you get pre-crushed grain, that's kind of a one-size-fits-all. It doesn't necessarily work optimally with your system, whereas the crush we will do with this will be optimal to our system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's all sorts of things that we incorporate into this brewery that will improve our beer, and things like we've always wanted a centrifuge to once the beer's finished fermenting, to remove the yeast, remove the hop content, and leave the flavour and everything behind. But we couldn't fit it at our other site, so it's something that we've been actually actively discussing with the suppliers for over 18 months, but we just couldn't fit it anywhere.
You guys must be so excited.
Yeah.
To get this place running.
It is brilliant, isn't it? And of course, you started from scratch. Like you said, you can put all of your tanks and wherever you want to put it, and then it's you've got it how you want it, and it's very important, isn't it?
We're not well, where we're going to fit the next one? Well, we've only got one spot left. It's going to have to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're able to go.
To be able to design it so the working day will be easier, and to have something like the big cold store that we've got next door. So to fit something in, we don't have to take lots of stuff out for this.
Yeah, it's just little things that, and the guys that Fab Deck who we're working with on this have got a specialist who helps with the technical side of stuff, and a guy called JT, he's got a brewery called Drop Project. So he's been really helpful in making suggestions to us that we hadn't even considered, that'll then optimise the use of the space. So, you know, your goods coming in one area, you're following the process through, and then your finished products are coming out, and that type of flow. And building the design and layout around that.
Yeah.
He's a super knowledgeable and lovely guy who's got like Gypsy Hill, Meantown, 4 Pure on
Yeah.
the CV. So this guy knows his.
Yeah, absolutely. I got brilliant. I got somebody.
That's good though. That process where it's coming in, going round, and then out. Yeah, that's because you wouldn't necessarily think to do that,
No.
but putting that together is going to make your life so much easier.
And we didn't have to think about it in our current brewery because we couldn't choose that because of we had to shoehorn it where it would work.
Where it fits, where it
And as
fits.
we've grown, that kind of the vessel has to go there because there's no other space.
Yeah.
And in doing so, it's become so inefficient that you realise that if you get a blank canvas like we have, how much better it will make everyone's working day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which is true, but I think the team back at our courts like this could be in us. Don't worry, it'll be so much better at the new site.
I got someone saying that they tried Black Eagle last night. It was great. How on earth do you guys brew that one? Maybe we'll have a walk and talk now.
I'll go through this though.
Oh, yeah,
So this is a good example of how
Look at
laying it
this.
out and optimising the space. So this would be dead space normally, but because of the walkway above us, the tanks are so far apart. These legs are only 10 feet still go. All of a sudden we've got enough room here. You could actually physically, if we wanted people to, rack beer from this area. We don't. We're going to have a specialist area now.
It's very dark here, so we're going to be out.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Question about Black Eagle.
Yeah, Black Eagle, yeah.
It's one of the beers we're drinking tonight, so tune back in at 7 o'clock to find out.
Yeah, just a reminder. Yeah, just a reminder, everybody. 7 o'clock tonight. We're going to be live on 2 YouTube channels. Check out Brew York's YouTube channel. We're going to be live there. We're also going to be running the Stone Crow virtual pub with this lovely lady at 7 o'clock, which is probably only about 2.5 hours away by now, and it must be.
Must be beer o'clock now.
It's nearly beer. Yeah, it must be beer o'clock. So I think what we'll do at this point, is there any more you wanted to show me, or?
Well, there's plenty more, but I think we'll save that for the next video.
We'll save that for the next video. We're going to go and have a beer. Thanks all for joining us. See you at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock in a few hours. Cheers, guys. Bye, everyone.